What's in a name? Shakespeare would discount it, for with any other name, the person or an object, and in our case, a place, would still be the same. But in the case of Bantayan, in the northern tip of Cebu, the island and the town which would bear the name holds a bounty of meanings. In Cebuano, the word Bantayan has its roots in bantay, which means, if verb, to watch out for danger or simply to watch. Or if noun, somebody who watches or looks out for danger. As to what dangers lurks in this place or what it is we should be on the lookout for, Bantayan's history certainly holds interesting contradictions. Here are the top 5 interesting ironies of Bantayan. Number 1. Oldest parish in Cebu. Bantayan is arguably the oldest parish in Cebu. In June 11, 1580, the convent of La Asuncion de Nuestra Señora was erected to become base for the mission in the nearby islands of Negros, Panay, Leyte, and Samar. But the parish first established in Cebu was not under the Diocese of Cebu, but of the Diocese of Manila. It was at a time when Manila wrested from Cebu the seat of the Catholic Church in the Philippines. Even if Christianity was first introduced and accepted in Cebu, it remained a parish under the Diocese of Manila until its jurisdiction was transferred to Cebu in 1965. Number 2. Parish of St. Peter and Paul. The choice of patron for the parish is another peculiarity. Understandably, St. Peter would be a perfect choice as patron since he was a fisherman himself. But St. Paul?
Quite interesting to know that the Saints Peter and Paul parish that we know nowadays was formerly just St. Peter Parish alone. So St. Paul came into the picture in the later time already. It was around the 19th or the 20th century. So being putting that into the picture, St. Paul into the picture, it's kind of messing up the history a little bit. So now Father June Agravante, our parish priest, is trying to correct that, because in the Vatican documents it was never enlisted there as Saints Peter and Paul, but rather just Saint Peter. So we want to restore that.
Number 3. Father Duroteo Andrada del Rosario. If Bulhoon and the south of Cebu had Fray Julian Bermejo, Bantayan would have its Father Duroteo Andrada del Rosario. He would be the one to rouse the Bantayanons to defend their town from the Moros, when the people already felt raids were normal and had become a part of life. He is credited with building the present Coral Stone Church as well as its convent, and encircled the church and plaza with a municipal building with high coral stone walls as a defense against the Moro raids. He also built several baluartes or watchtowers around Bantayan and all over the island. It is said that since these forts visibly stood in the shores around the island, the raiders have since avoided the island. Number 4. Indulge for Holy Week. Bantayan is famous for its Holy Week traditions. One of them is the dispensation for its people to eat meat on Holy Week, especially on Good Friday. This is due to an indult that Popes Leo XII and Gregory XVI granted and extended respectively, allowing the Bantayanons to eat healthy meat, eggs, and milk products, keeping the form of fasting in Lent and other days of abstinence throughout the year. The indult was first granted in July 27, 1824 and extended for several times. First, for 10 years in 1829 to 1838, and another 5 years ending in 1843. But this tradition have deeply taken root even for more than a century that people still continue to this exemption which has long expired.
The one that we have right now was issued on 1840 already. So basically, the Indulge was actually released initially for 10 years in 1829. So that was 10 years of being able to eat meat, to drink, poultry products and stuff. So the people of Bantayan was able to observe that, and then suddenly they receive an extension. They receive the extension of the Indulge that was in 1838 to 1843.
Number 5. Holy Week Pasos. Holy Week in Bantayan is celebrated more than any other observation, even Christmas. It is said Bantayanons from all over the world go home to the island for Holy Week than on Christmas. Not only is it because the celebration coincides with the summer break in other countries, but it is especially because of the panaan or promise, tied to the Holy Week procession. This is the only time in the year when families, camareros, camareras, or caretakers of old human-sized images of the Pasos, scenes from the Passion of Jesus Christ, bring them out atop the equally old carrozas or carriages for Maundy, Thursday, and Good Friday. The Pasos and Bantayan have become a phenomenon in the whole country. The oldest images come from Spain and brought to Bantayan by the friars and left in the care of prominent private families and handed down to succeeding generations. New scenes have also been added throughout the years with the images sculpted by local artists. Certainly, these are interesting ironies of Bantayan which have made the town more lovable.